Good morning. My name is Sabrina Ma. The title of my chapel talk today is Perfect or Not Perfect? That is the question. Life is not perfect. There will always be things in life that do not follow the rules or plans. At the premise of adolescence, teenage girls host the words perfect to another level. Perfection has been taken too seriously to a point that stresses the girl's daily life. Starting in the morning, you may not even realize it, or it becomes part of the routine. Who had ever thought about or even voiced out, geez, my hair is awful today. What are those on my face? The curl goes the wrong way. In school, perfectionist come out to judge their grades when they bomb a test. The perfectionist side also come out to judge those around them, from family to friends. Peer pressure and social media have become friends with perfectionism to add on to the stress to the perfectionist. When perfection happens in life, the perfectionist is hard on themselves and can result in depression to various disorders due to the fact that they cannot meet their high expectations. Their need for perfection hinders their performance and prevents them from feeling good enough. Perfectionism, the desire and pursuit of perfection, is advantageous in many cases, which provides a strong motivation for people to strive and to achieve their goals. Our generation are more likely to be a perfectionist than 20 years ago, according to Thomas Curran and Andrew Hill's recent meta-analysis of rates of perfectionism. Many of us are not born perfectionists, but are maladaptive perfectionists who have a way of thinking, if I have a perfect appearance, work without any gaps, and life is flawless, then I can avoid all the shame, blame, and judgment from others. Perfectionist is not a derogatory term. It is a self-critical aspect of making mistakes that makes a perfectionist's life full of stress. Mistakes, failures, even a little embarrassment are intolerable. Perfectionists do not refer to those who are healthy in pursuing excellence and experience happiness in the process of achieving high standards. Rather, those who set personal standards above their own abilities, extreme self-critical, force themselves to continue to achieve unreasonable goals because of their fear of failure. However, such a goal of keeping everything under control is impossible to achieve in reality. So setting such unrealistic goal is actually prepare them for the final failure. According to World Health Organizations, people in US, UK, and Canada are experiencing mental illness such as depression and suicidal idealization due to stress caused by self-criticism. In addition to emotional disorders such as anxiety and depression, perfectionists have a high risk of eating disorders. Because of the pursuit of the perfect body shape, the ideal body shape under the secular aesthetic is often thinner and better. They may take extreme measures to torture their bodies to achieve their goals. Many studies have even shown that there is a positive correlation between perfectionism and suicide risk. Well, if you're starting to be afraid of being a perfectionist, stop. It can be changed. First, perfectionists need to realize and correct their false beliefs. Second, perfectionists can try the behavioral exposure therapy, which is when there's a mistake, try to allow yourself to accept the existence of this error. For example, you can start practicing from a small thing. Write down a broken word on a beautiful notebook. Don't throw away the whole book. If you can't stand it at first, try to tear off the page first. Slowly, you can just cross the word and continue reading. Perfectionists live among us. It is not a minority of the population. According to Katie Rasmussen, every 2 in 5 adolescents are perfectionists. When a so-called perfectionist begins to allow himself or herself to have some shortcomings and make some mistakes, his or her mentality will begin to recover and unfold. In this direction, he or she will eventually become a person that has the ability to bring relaxation and happiness to himself and others. Perhaps most importantly, in this utilitarian society, the fact that they will no longer pursue the so-called perfection can make him or her to get away from their inner self-entanglement and inclination to gain more realistic success. One must not escape from the fear of failure by hiding behind the facade of perfectionism, but to be strong enough to face failure in order to become a perfect shining star in life. This is the end of today's chapel talk. Please wait for announcement.